The Magna Carta, Latin for Great Charter, stands as a monumental document in the history of democracy, a cornerstone of constitutional law, and a testament to the enduring struggle for liberty and justice against arbitrary power. Born from a complex web of political, economic, and social tensions in 13th century England, it wasn't a sudden proclamation of universal rights, but rather a negotiated settlement between King John and a group of rebellious barons seeking to limit his authority and protect their feudal privileges. To understand its significance, we must first delve into the reign of King John, a monarch widely considered one of England's most unpopular and tyrannical rulers. Ascending the throne in 1199, following the death of his brother, Richard the Lionheart, John inherited a kingdom burdened by debt, embroiled in conflicts with France, and facing internal dissent. Richard's costly crusades and military campaigns had drained the royal treasury, leaving John to impose heavy taxes and arbitrary levies on his subjects, a practice that quickly alienated the barons, the wealthy landowners who formed the backbone of English society. John's financial exactions were exacerbated by his unsuccessful military ventures against Philip II of France, leading to the loss of Normandy and other key territories in continental Europe, further damaging his prestige and undermining his authority. His ruthless methods, including imprisoning opponents without due process, seizing property without legal justification, and interfering with the customary rights of his subjects, created a climate of fear and resentment among the English aristocracy. The barons, accustomed to a degree of autonomy and traditional privileges, found themselves increasingly subjected to the king's capricious will and arbitrary demands, prompting them to organize resistance. In 1215, fueled by discontent and a desire to protect their own interests, a group of rebellious barons rose up in open revolt, effectively challenging the king's authority and demanding concessions. Led by figures like Robert Fitzwalter and Stephen Langton, the Archbishop of Canterbury, the barons seized control of London and other key strongholds, forcing John to negotiate. The negotiations culminated in the meeting at Runnymede, a meadow on the banks of the River Thames, on June 15, 1215, where King John was compelled to affix his seal to the document that would become known as the Magna Carta. The Magna Carta, comprised of 63 clauses, addressed a wide range of grievances, from feudal dues and inheritance rights to the administration of justice and royal forests. While not a democratic document in the modern sense, its most significant provision, Clause 39, enshrined the principle of due process and the right to a fair trial, stating that no free man should be imprisoned, exiled, or deprived of his property, except by the lawful judgment of his peers or by the law of the land. This clause, often hailed as the foundation of habeas corpus and legal protections against arbitrary government action, limited the king's power and established the principle that even the monarch was subject to the law. Other clauses addressed the rights of merchants, regulated royal forests, and limited the king's ability to impose taxes without the consent of the Great Council, a precursor to Parliament. However, it's crucial to understand that the Magna Carta primarily benefited the barons and the elite classes, offering limited protection to the vast majority of the population, including serfs and peasants. Initially, the Magna Carta was met with resistance from King John, who sought to have it annulled by Pope Innocent III, who declared it illegal, unjust, harmful to royal rights, and shameful to the English people. The Pope's intervention led to a period of civil war in England, as John attempted to regain control and enforce his authority. But the barons, supported by some segments of the population, continued to resist. King John died in 1216, leaving his 9-year-old son, Henry III, as his heir, prompting the barons to reissue the Magna Carta in a revised form in 1217, aiming to consolidate their gains and secure the rights they had fought for. Over the subsequent centuries, the Magna Carta underwent numerous revisions and reinterpretations, becoming a symbol of liberty and justice that resonated with successive generations of English citizens. While many of its original clauses became obsolete over time, the underlying principles of due process, the rule of law, and the limitation of arbitrary power remained central to English constitutional development. In the 17th century, during the conflicts between the Stuart monarchs and Parliament, the Magna Carta was invoked as a justification for challenging royal prerogative and asserting the rights of Parliament and individual citizens. Figures like Sir Edward Coke, a prominent jurist and parliamentarian, championed the Magna Carta as a fundamental law of England, interpreting its clauses in a manner that favored individual liberties and limited government power. The English Petition of Right 1628 and the Bill of Rights 1689, both landmark documents in English constitutional history, drew heavily on the principles enshrined in the Magna Carta, further solidifying its place as a cornerstone of English liberties. The principles of the Magna Carta weren't confined to England. They profoundly influenced the development of constitutional law and political thought in other parts of the world, particularly in North America. The colonists in North America, seeking to protect their rights and liberties from the British Crown, frequently invoked the Magna Carta as a justification for their resistance and ultimately their declaration of independence. The framers of the United States Constitution drew inspiration from the Magna Carta in crafting the Bill of Rights, which guarantees fundamental rights such as freedom of speech, religion, and the right to due process of law. The Fifth Amendment, which guarantees due process of law and protects against self-incrimination, and the Sixth Amendment, which guarantees the right to a fair trial, are direct descendants of Clause 39 of the Magna Carta. Today, the Magna Carta remains a powerful symbol of liberty, justice, and the rule of law, inspiring movements for human rights and democratic governance around the world. While its original context was rooted in the feudal society of medieval England, its enduring principles continue to resonate with contemporary challenges to arbitrary power and the defense of individual liberties. The story of the Magna Carta serves as a reminder that the struggle for liberty is an ongoing process, requiring constant vigilance and a commitment to upholding the principles of justice and the rule of law. Its legacy isn't simply a historical artifact. It's a living document that continues to shape our understanding of rights, responsibilities, and the fundamental principles of a just and equitable society. The Magna Carta's journey from a negotiated settlement between King John and rebellious barons to a global symbol of liberty is a testament to the enduring power of ideas and the universal human desire for freedom and justice.